I got the board set to cycle through the LED color, so you can see the board is actually changing colors the same as the LED strips. And then I'm hooking it up with this USB hub. That way you're not using all your USB ports. Xbox wireless adapter kind of sticks out. I don't want you to have to connect it directly to the motherboard. It's the same as on the Xbox where you have to hold that button on the system and hold the button on the controller for it to pair. And then this is, for example, I have the keyboard and the mouse, and then it just only uses one of your USB ports back here. So, but this will be your backup in case you need to reinstall Windows. You can just connect this. Any kind of data transmission, that's when you want to connect directly to the motherboard, because that's going to transfer the files faster. So for input stuff, it's better to use this little USB hub, but for data stuff, you can connect it to any of these USB ports here. The onboard video, which is HDMI and DVI, but the onboard video it's basically like if the graphics card goes out and you want to make sure you want to test if it's the graphics card, you can plug it in here, and if you get video but no video here, that means the graphics card is bad, for example. And then this is your Wi-Fi. This is where the Wi-Fi antennas go, so you just screw those in there. And then you also have a USB 3.1, USB 3.1 Type-C connection, and then those are your audio connections, your Ethernet. I do recommend using the straight hardwire from your router or modem over Wi-Fi, because you're going to get a lot quicker connection. And the side window is just these 4 screws here, but you do want to hold the window in place when you're unscrewing these. So like one hand here while you're unscrewing, because once all the 4 screws are off, this window just pops out. So these are like your Eexotik folder up here. That's where your documents and stuff are. This is where you can save your music, pictures, downloads. So whenever you download something off of the internet, it automatically goes to this folder here, downloads. Then this PC, this is where it shows you all your drives. So like if you connect a USB drive or like a GoPro or something, it's gonna pop up right here. System, that's where your operating system is installed. And I also installed Rocket League and Fortnite here. System reserved, you can't do anything with this. This is reserved space for like recovery and updates. And then storage, this is the 1 terabyte hard drive. So this is where you want to put your files, like if you download movies or any of your videos that you've already finished editing. Basically what I do is I'll work off of the system drive unless I run out of space. Probably if you're making a lot of videos, you're going to run out of space real quick. So maybe you just want to put everything straight to the storage drive. So like if you connect your GoPro or your Elgato or whatever and you're trying to get the data off of that, basically you want to put it in here. So then you can just make a folder. So you can right click here, new folder, and then videos, for example. And then you can go in there and you can right click and whatever files that you want, you just kind of move them in there. And then like setups, see like for example, I'll do it with the setups folder. So like all the stuff that I installed, like Steam, Firefox, the Fortnite installer, driver booster, and Chrome, and then the RGB Fusion app, like I put those in the setups folder. So I'll go ahead and right click, copy, duplicates the file, cut, moves it. So you do cut, and then you're gonna go to your storage, and then right click inside storage and paste. So see, it moved it from the desktop into the storage drive. Notifications and things will pop up here. So like any kind of alerts or security things that you want to check on, they'll pop out here. But if you just want to dismiss them, something will pop out here that says clear notifications. It's like either right here or right here. This is your start menu. This is where it'll also show you where all your programs are, and you can load them from here or on the desktop. So that's your start menu. If you left click it, opens the start menu. But to your Windows Update, you right click it and go to settings, and then this window pops up. You go to update and security and check for updates. And I already updated everything, so it's going to say you're up to date. But if there's any updates, they'll pop up here, and sometimes it'll ask you to restart. It'll either restart out of active hours, or if you already saved all your work, you can click restart now and it'll install the update by restarting. This is the program that you use to update your drivers. And this user account control thing, this pops up whenever you open a program. So basically this is like another level of security that will keep you from getting like a virus or something. So like you always want to read this and make sure you know what it is. If it's something you trust, you click yes. But if you don't know what it is, click no. And then, or you can look it up, maybe write down the name of the program and then look it up on Google and see if it's safe. But because like sometimes, like say if you go to an infected website and it tries to put a virus on your computer, if you don't have this user account control thing enabled, it can like automatically install a virus. But with this is like another step that if you click no, it won't be able to install. But if it's something, if you don't know what it is and you click yes and it ends up being something bad, it can be a virus. So that's what this is for. But driver booster, we know what this program is, we want to run it, so we click yes, and then that will allow the program to run. So with this, you just hit scan and it's gonna look for any updated drivers for your devices. That's basically, drivers are like the software for your hardware, like your RAM and your graphics card, your processor, motherboard, all those. So see, we have 3 drivers that need updating right now. Since I just added that USB hub, it's wanting me to update that, and then there's a mouse driver here that it's wanting me to update. But so then you can either select all 3 or you can update them individually. Usually I just click, if there's only a few of them, I'll just click select all and then update now. So then your updates install. And this is a free software, so, but it's a really good software. But like after you update, it has this little window that pops up that says download this program to help you get more drivers. See how it says upgrade to Pro Edition to get more drivers? You don't want, that's like an advertisement, so you don't need that. So basically, if this program asks you to install anything besides those drivers, just, you can ignore it. So yeah, these 3 drivers are updated. Sometimes it'll ask you to reboot. It'll say reboot now. But Internet Explorer is the default browser that comes with Windows. Me personally, I like to use Chrome, but I do also install Firefox, and I do keep the Microsoft one around, just because like if you get a virus on the browser, sometimes like you'll still be able to use another browser, and that can actually help you to like install an antivirus. Like if you say Internet Explorer gets a virus and it's not Windows, just Internet Explorer, you can still open Chrome or Firefox to download an antivirus. And then this one down here is your Windows. This is basically the antivirus that's built into Windows. This is where your firewall settings are. Basically, every program you install that has internet connectivity, you want to allow it. If it's a program you trust, you want to allow it to connect. So this is where you go to allow app through firewall. Usually whenever you install something new, it's going to pop up, a little window pops up, and then it'll ask you if you want to allow it on private and public networks. If it's a program you trust, click both of those boxes and then click allow. So like right now, since I've already installed everything, it's kind of popped up, but like your Epic Games launcher, that's for Fortnite, so you want to allow those. Firefox, Internet Explorer, you want to allow that. Google Chrome, allow that. Basically, you don't want to mess with any of these if they're already allowed. This is your virus scanner. So you can click here and then you can scan now, and it'll do a quick scan of your files to tell you if there's any viruses. But yeah, it just scans all your files. I'm just going to click cancel because I don't feel like waiting for it to keep scanning, because there's not going to be anything because this is a fresh install. But when it's done, it'll tell you there's no threats found, or if there's any viruses, it'll allow you to delete them. Yeah, it doesn't give you the option in here. Settings is kind of like your control panel. But this is like a bunch of background stuff, like network. You can go in and adjust your network settings. You can add new accounts. So say you want to let your brother use a computer, but you don't want him to mess up your settings, you can make an account for him. So when he logs into the computer, he logs into his account instead of yours. And then appearance, you can change how Windows looks. Hardware and sound, that's where you go to install devices, printers and things. Programs, this is your list of programs that are installed. You can uninstall a program or update programs from there. If you don't know what any of these do, or you need help, like you can always look it up on Google. Like, just takes a little bit of time getting used to all the little menus and stuff. But yeah, that's the basics. I already got Rocket League installed in Fortnite. Just got done installing the editing software, Cyberlink ActionDirector. When it opens up, you have 2 options: theme designer. This one's kind of like a little template thing, but usually I do storyboard. this area here is where like your files are. If you click right here, it allows you to import a folder. So you go import media folder, and then you look for where your videos are. So like for example, since I put that videos folder, like we can go to this PC and then go to the storage drive and then videos. So like save your videos here. This is where you would import this folder. So you click select folder, and then any videos you have will pop out right here where these pictures are. If I drag them, like it'll give me the option to like how long do I want to display the picture for in the video. So like if you're, but it works the same with a video too. Whatever video you want and the order you want to put them, you drag them here, and then see by default it gives you 5 seconds. It'll show the balloon for 5 seconds, and then you want this one, you can put it here. So then after 5 seconds it'll switch to this picture. So if you want to test, you just hit play, and it'll play that picture for 5 seconds, and then it's going to switch to the other picture for 5 seconds. And then down here is where you edit your stuff. You can add music, add background music. Say you're playing a video, right, and then there's a piece that you want to cut out. You make sure this line is where you want to trim it, and you click this little split, and it'll split it into 2 clips. And then the one that you don't want, you click that one, and you can either right click it and remove, or you click this little delete here. And then once you're done like storyboarding and you have all your clips in place and you're ready to render the video, that's where you go to file and produce. So you do produce and save, and then this is where you choose your formats of your file, and you basically want to match it to your resolution. The /24/30, that's how many frames per second it is. If it's 60 frames and you put it at 120, it's going to produce simulated frames, and it's going to make the file size bigger. So you only want to put it on 120 if your source is actually 120. And then this is where you can change your file formats, but this H.264 AVC, that's the default for YouTube videos, and that you can keep the same. And then the output folder, that's where it's going to save it to. So we can go back to this PC, storage, videos, and then we'll make a new folder for rendered videos. If you save all your raw data and rendered videos in the same folder, you might lose track of your files. So rendered videos, and then you can change the name here, but we'll just leave it as produced since it's just a test. And then you hit start, and then depending how long the video is, this might take a while. So like if it's a 15-minute video, it's probably going to take like 20-30 minutes if it's HD. If it's 4K, it could take like an hour. But once it's done, it'll have it'll just say producing video complete, and then you can go back. If you save your project, it will save like all your storyboard stuff. It won't render the video. So like if you want to come back to the video and edit it later, that's when you can save your project. Usually when I make a video, I'll save the project and the produced file. That way, in case I don't need to make changes later, I don't have to start over again. So look, we'll save this project in our rendered videos. Whenever I make a new video, like I'll put everything in that folder for that video. And like say it's gameplay footage, Fortnite, I'll put the date or something. Or if it's like a headshot or something, gameplay Fortnite headshot montage or something, you know, you put a bunch of headshot clips in there, and then you can edit them all together in here. So that's the basics of how you do that. And then if you have any other questions about video editing, you can just look up ActionDirector videos on YouTube and find some tutorials to get more detailed, because you can add like transition effects and different color effects too. Like if the video is not bright enough, you can edit the brightness, or if the volume's not loud enough, you can turn up the volume, just different stuff. But yeah, everything's installed now, and she's ready to ship out. OhNoGoForIt.